All, I want to say congratulations to Krzysztof Jotko for the victory. Now, looking at this fight and really just analyzing the fight and watching the fight, I knew that Krzysztof Jotko won at least 2 rounds. The second round and the third round. The first round was pretty close. I could say that it was pretty close. But in all reality and in all fairness, Krzysztof Jotko won all 3 rounds, in my opinion. The only thing Misha Cirkunov here was doing, chasing takedowns that he couldn't get, throwing one leg kick around, or maybe 3 leg kicks around, and throwing punches that aren't landing, not being very active, just chasing takedowns that are being defended very well. Doesn't seem like he's really working hard for these takedowns. He's trying to get them. He's getting defended. Every single leg defended, double leg defended, body lock trip defended. He had a lot of good moments in the third round. Actually, no. I take that back. Misha actually had a very good round in the third round, right? He took his back. And Krzysztof Jotko was able to just defend the back take by just staying relaxed and making sure that he doesn't take and put the hooks in. That's why he was trying to get his back against the cage. I almost forgot about that round. No. Misha definitely deserved 1 round in that fight. But to be honest, after the back take, like Krzysztof Jotko got out and then he started throwing heat. So to be honest, I take that back again, because when the back take happened, he didn't really do anything with it. The back clinch, he got a couple takedowns and just hung on to him. But afterwards, Jotko was able to just put a lot of damage on Cirkunov. And Cirkunov was really just getting fucked up and backing up into a corner and just putting his hands up, trying to clinch, then going for takedowns that didn't work. And really just looked sloppy tonight. Didn't look good. It looked really bad. Jotko dominated the fight, in my opinion. Because even though Cirkunov kept trying to get the takedown, he just couldn't get the takedown. Like he looked sloppy, slow, flat-footed, slow, and just old. He looked like an old man grappler, like Glover Teixeira. But Glover's a very good grappler. I mean, Cirkunov's a very good grappler too, but he's just not at the level of a Glover Teixeira. And I think him moving down to 185 was probably a bad idea. The man didn't look like he was even the same level that he used to be at light heavyweight. He looked like he was a better fighter at light heavyweight. He couldn't get the takedown and stay on top. Couldn't get the takedown, which is, that's to be expected. The man wasn't going to dominate Jotko on the ground. Jotko's fucking trains with American Top Team, dude. Like, the man's not going to get fucking submitted in 1 round or 2 rounds. And as the fight went long, these wrestlers, the more they wrestle and the more they try to get you down and the more they don't get you down, the more their confidence saps and they just start to lose their confidence and their ability to take you down. It just keeps dwindling and waiting every round that you go by. Every round that they're not able to take you down and they're actually exerting a lot of energy to take you down and they're not able to take you down, every single round is going to wear on them. And their ego is going to be cracked. And you're going to be able to keep hitting them. And they're not going to be able to hit you. And, Jotko looked good in this fight. I found it funny that, he grabbed the fence a couple times, but that's part of the game, man. Cheating is part of the game, too. Cirkunov, he faked an eye poke. That's part of the game. So, I'm not going to hold that against him. That was pretty interesting, though. The man was faking an eye poke. I could tell, the man didn't get eye poked, man. Come on. You were faking an eye poke. If you got eye poked, then why didn't you ask for the doctor to be called into the octagon? Come on, get the fuck out of here, man. That was obviously a ploy for Cirkunov to rest, right? Obviously? Of course, that was obvious. But Krzysztof Jotko also grabbed the cage a couple times, so he's not all the way clean either. So let's not pretend he's clean. He's not all the way clean. I feel like UFC has really, and MMA in general has evolved so much that these fighters and these fights are not going to be finished by jiu-jitsu submissions as much as we used to see before, because there's more and more people that are training jiu-jitsu now. Everybody's starting to get good at grappling. Everybody's grappling nowadays. Everybody is making sure they're a well-rounded fighter. Like, I'm not going to be able to see this many submissions moving forward, you know, because these fighters are really starting to get better at grappling, man. You see Dan Hooker fucking wrestling against Nasrat? Come on, man. These fighters are getting better at grappling as days go by. And if these grapplers don't work their striking game, they're going to get left behind, in my opinion. You know, people like Kamaru Usman, they have to work on their striking a lot more as well, not just wrestling. You can't just have a wrestling and a good wrestling and jiu-jitsu background anymore. Khabib was different because he had a combat sambo background, and a combat sambo fighter has a very good striking repertoire also. They're not just a ground fighter, man. They're a complete fighter. And then he has all these other freestyle competitions that he's taking part in, so he has that part of wrestling in there as well. So, I mean, I agree, wrestling is the best foundation for an MMA fighter, but it's not the end-all be-all, you know. You can find yourself against a good anti-wrestler like Krzysztof Jotko that utilizes very good strong underhooks, double underhooks, and he was actually able to take down Misha Cirkunov in this fight. And that tells me that he's a very well-rounded fighter. He wanted to avoid the grappling because he didn't feel like he had the edge at the beginning, you know. And when you have the edge somewhere else, why would you fight your opponent where they're most comfortable? You want to fight them where they're not comfortable. You want to fight them where they're least strong, like their weaknesses. You want to probe their weaknesses and fight their weaknesses. Like, you don't want to fight someone where they're the strongest. Like, what would be the point of that? That's not playing to your own strengths. You're playing to your own weaknesses, which is the opposite of what you should be doing in a fight. So why would Jotko grapple with Misha Cirkunov and risk getting submitted? That's not a good game plan. And yeah, man, the stalling from Cirkunov, veteran move. I like that. But it's also cheating, but it's part of the game, so it's whatever. What else did I see in this fight? Cirkunov looks pretty old. You know, he got knocked out in his last fight. Did he get knocked? He got knocked out by Spann. Ryan Spann. He got knocked out by that dude. Damn. Okay, well, where does Cirkunov go from here? He just lost his fight to an unranked middleweight fighter. Maybe he should go back up to 205 because middleweight's not doing it for him. Or maybe he should get released from the UFC. You know, that's kind of sad. I don't really like it when I say maybe he should get released from the UFC. Like, I don't like that. I don't like hearing that because I don't like it when people lose their jobs and they lose their livelihoods and their ability to put food on their table for their families. I don't ever want to say this fighter should be released just for that very reason. Like, it doesn't feel good to me. Like, I don't like it. I don't like seeing someone lose their livelihood. Like, it doesn't bring joy for me to hear that. Like, I'm not happy. It doesn't put a smile to my face when I hear, oh, this guy, Misha Cirkunov got released from the UFC. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, I want all of these guys to make as much money as possible because I truly love the sport of mixed martial arts. It's something that I really enjoy. Why do you think I'm making this video right now? Why do you think I'm covering the sport? Why do you think I watch all these fights at fucking 2 a.m. in the morning? Like, because I love the sport. Because I really love this fucking sport, man. But yeah, man, I'm out.